Hi friends, today we are going to be working on some writing together. We're going to work on creating a brainstorm and an informal outline with a topic sentence and star ideas. Today you are going to need a few supplies with you. You're going to need a lined piece of paper. Friends, it is very important. You must be writing on a lined sheet of paper so that we can practice writing our words on the line. So please make sure you have a lined piece of paper. You are going to need a pencil, and you are going to need 3 colors. You're going to need green, yellow, and red. Friends, if you would like to pause the video right now to go and grab those supplies, you may, and then come back and join me. Okay, friends, hopefully you have your supplies with you and we are ready to go. Remember, we have that lined sheet of paper. Now, here is the very first thing that I want you to do. At the top, our top line, this is where I want you to write your name. We're going to practice writing our first name and our last name. So I'm going to write my first name and last name. Don't copy mine because that's not your name. Okay, so I'm going to write my first name, and I'm going to do my most neat writing that I can. Okay, I have written my name at the top of the paper. The next thing underneath, I'm going to have you write this word, topic. The topic is what we are going to be writing about. Friends, if you need to pause the video to write down your words, you may do that and then come back to me when you're ready. So today we are going to be writing about things that happen in the fall. Things that happen in the fall. So I want you to write next to your topic, I want you to write the word fall. Write the word fall. This is what we're going to be working on today. Okay? So then the next thing, we're going to create a brainstorm, and we use a circle map to create that brainstorm. And we've practiced this before, so this is kind of review for us. So in the middle of my paper, I'm going to write my word fall, and I'm going to put a small circle around it and then a big circle around it. Now, this is where I brainstorm my ideas. So think about what things happen in the fall. Well, I know that in the fall that leaves change colors. So I'm going to write the word leaves. I know that it becomes a little cooler outside. Our weather cools down. I know that we have some fun holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving. Friends, here's what I want you to do. I would like you to please pause the video, and I want you to write down some things that happen in the fall and then come meet me back. All right, friends, welcome back. Now, you should have some ideas written down about things that happen in fall. If you would like to use my ideas, you may go right ahead and do that. Now, we're gonna get that yellow crayon out that we got, okay? Please don't use marker because the marker will bleed through the paper and we're gonna use the other side of the paper, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle the 3 things I really want to talk about. The things I want to talk about the most, okay? So for me, I really want to talk about the leaves changing color. I'm going to put a circle around that. I really want to talk about how the weather gets cooler, and I really want to talk about Halloween. Now, friends, we call these our star ideas. If you know how to make a star, you can put a little star next to it. If you don't, that's okay. You can just circle it, and that's okay too. So there is our circle map. Now, you're going to turn your paper over to the back side because now we're moving on to step number 2. And step number 2 is an informal outline. Sometimes it's called a T-chart. So you might hear your teacher call it an informal outline or a T-chart. They're the same thing. Now you're going to grab those pencils. Mrs. Mossman is using a marker because it's easier for you to see it, but you're going to use your pencil. Now notice I have these lines on my paper. So see those lines? We're going to count those lines. We're going to count 6 of those lines. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm just going to trace that line all the way across. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to repeat my step, but this time I'm going to start from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to trace it all the way across. Look at that. I got 2 lines. And now I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to just draw a line to connect those 2, just like this. Now friends, I'm going to write some words at the top of my paper. You do not need to write these words down, but I want you to know that this is called an informal outline. And what this is it is getting us ready to write a paragraph. Remember, I also said it could be called a T-chart. We call it an informal outline, and guess what letter it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a big letter I, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, friends, grab your colors. We are about to add some colors to our paper. So first we're going to start off with green. So at the top, I want you to give me a small green circle. It doesn't need to be huge, just a little green circle on the left side. And I want you to keep that green crayon in your hand, and I want you to go down to the bottom, and I want you to give yourself one more green little circle, just like that. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up that yellow crayon. Okay, we're going to pick up that yellow crayon, and we're going to make 3 little dots. Are you ready? I need you to watch before you do though, okay friends? Watch before you do. I'm going to, here's my line, I'm going to drop down, give a little space, and I'm going to do 1 circle, and I'm going to drop down a little bit more and give another, and drop down 1 more and give another, just like that. There you go, that's it. Go ahead and make your circles. Pick up your pencils, friend. I'm going to grab my pen. And now we're going to trace a line. So I have my 2 yellow dots, and I'm just going to trace a line right in between. Find your 2 yellow dots, trace a line in between. And now you have an informal outline ready for you, okay? Friends, I did ask you to get a red, but guess what? Mrs. Mossman made a mistake. We don't need red yet. We're gonna save that for another day. But right now we're gonna be focusing on our greens and yellows, and really just our first green and these yellows. Now this first green is for our topic sentence. And if you remember back to our topic sentence lessons, think about how we would write a topic sentence and what it sounds like. I could start with there are. I could start with I know many things. So I'm gonna start mine with there are. There are. And don't forget, friends, we need a power number word. What's a power number word? Call it out if you know what it is. What's a power number word? Do you know any examples of them? Shout them out. Many, several, a few, right? We need to have a power number word in our topic sentence. So I'm going to use the word many. There are many. And now I need to finish my thought. Going back, remember this topic is about fall and things that happen in the fall. So I'm going to finish off that sentence with, there are many things that happen in the fall. Remember, capital at the beginning, punctuation at the end. We're using our neatest writing. Pause the video if you need to catch up with me. Now, our next step are these yellows. That's what we're gonna fill in next. And guess what? This is so easy, guys. You already did it. Here's what I have to do. Flip my paper over. See these 3 yellows that we circled? That's it. I'm just gonna write those next to my yellow dots that I made. So I chose leaves, cooler, and Halloween. So, and actually I'm gonna add to this. I'm gonna write cooler weather. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to write leaves next to my first dot. Leaves. I'm going to write cooler weather next to my second dot. And then my last one, what was my last one? Oh, that's right, Halloween. Love it. I'm gonna put Halloween. So all you need to do, friends, is turn over that paper and look at those 3 that you circled. All right, guys, we have one last step. There are something called, and I'm gonna write this down so you can see it. There is something called, get my board out here for you guys, transition words. Ooh, that's a big vocabulary word. Transition words. Can you guys say that? Transition words? So our transition words are going to be things like, they're kind of like order words for writing. First, next, last, one, another, finally. So these are transition words. So we need to add transition words. I think I'm going to use first, next, and last for our transition words for this. So I'm going to go ahead and right above my word, I'm going to write a transition word. First, put a little comma after it. Come down to my next one. Next. And the last one, last. Notice, friends, these are not complete sentences. We're only writing ideas. We haven't gotten there yet, okay? Friends, this is what we're going to be working on. So we need to make sure that we have our name on our paper first and last. We need to write down our topic. We're going to have a brainstorm and then creating our informal outline with our topic sentence and our 3-star ideas, our yellows.